David, thank you for joining me today for Disciple Time. And I wanted to just take this opportunity once again to thank you so much for all your support and prayers along this long formation process, especially Bishop Jim, who put together such a wonderful formation program for me. It was very comprehensive, both in knowledge and in practical work, and I really appreciate the work and the time and effort he put into that. I thank you all. I thank this whole beautiful church family for all the ways that you have supported me with your prayers, your acceptance, and your welcome, and I can't wait to see what God does with Holy Communion Church here in Bend. I'm so excited about it. Well, today is the Solemnity of All Saints Day. It's November 1st, and this is the day the church celebrates all those holy men and women who have reached Christian maturity and are in heaven. This is also the day that we celebrate all those saints who have been canonized by the church. And so I really like, as we studied throughout this past year, the saints and the examples and how we can learn from them. And I just kind of wanted to ask the question of our audience today: how are the examples of the saints helping us in our lives? What are we drawing from the saints? What saints are special to you? Maybe you could share that down in the comments, and then perhaps throughout the day today, you'll get a chance to celebrate a saint in some special way, one that has made a big difference in your life. And I just love to see that down in the comments. Well, I also wanted to read today a little bit of Revelation, chapter 7, verses 2 to 4 and 9 to 14. And this is John's vision of heaven. And this is a really inspiring vision to see. And I just want you to maybe close your eyes as I read this and picture what John was seeing as he was opening his eyes to this heavenly experience. So we'll begin here in chapter 7, verse 2. It says, "I, John, saw another angel come up from the east, holding the seal of the living God. He cried out in a loud voice to the four angels who were given power to damage the land and the sea. 'Do not damage the land or the sea or the trees until we put the seal on the foreheads of the servants of our God.' I heard the number of those who had been marked with the seal, 144,000 marked from every tribe of the children of Israel. After this I had a vision of a great multitude which no one could count, from every nation, race, people, and tongue. They stood before the throne and before the Lamb, wearing white robes and holding palm branches in their hands. They cried out in a loud voice, 'Salvation comes from our God, who is seated on the throne, and from the Lamb.' All the angels stood around the throne and around the elders and the four living creatures. They prostrated themselves before the throne, worshiped God, and exclaimed, 'Amen. Blessing and glory, wisdom and thanksgiving, honor, power, and might be to our God forever and ever. Amen.' Then one of the elders spoke up and said to me, 'Who are these wearing white robes, and where did they come from?' I said to him, 'My Lord, you are the one who knows.' He said to me, 'These are the ones who have survived the time of great distress. They have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb.'" What a beautiful picture of heaven and the communion of saints that we proclaim every time we join together in the Apostles' Creed. And I love this vision, and you could read tons and tons of books on Revelation and get all in the meaning of this, but I just wanted us today to see that vision that John had, just to see it in our mind's eye and think about all the saints that are there cheering us on, urging us forward in our faith towards Christian perfection. And so what is the application for the journey today? Well, it's this: let the saints, all the saints in heaven, be our examples in faith, hope, and charity, and then determine to be one. Well, I want to thank you again for all your supports and prayers. And I really want to have one more thank you out there from my family that has been with me all through this process. My wife often jokes that I've been in college for as long as we've been married, between studying for my biblical studies bachelor's degree, my master's of divinity and theology, and some of my PhD work. And it's kind of a joke with the family, but without the help of Lael and Gabriel and Riley and Garrett and Ashlyn, I wouldn't be able to be in this position either. So I owe so much to my family, to you, my friends, my church family, and to Bishop Jim. I'm just so thankful. So thank you for joining me today for Disciple Time. We'll see you next week.